Hi, everybody. Mr. Garrett here. I wanted to kind of make sure that you knew how to do some of these other questions. And we're going to go through these as quickly as we can right now. So the first one says to factor 9x squared minus 36x minus 45. First step in any factoring problem is to see what is common in each term. And so right now I can look at it and say, all right, well, 9 is common in each term. So if I factor a 9 out, I'll be left with x squared minus 4x minus 5. And then this is a pretty easy problem because it's just x squared. And so we get x and x, and then minus 5 and plus 1, because negative 5 times 1 is a negative 5. Negative 5 plus 1 is negative 4. And that is our simplified factors. If we were to not factor out the 9 first, it would get a little bit challenging to do that, but you can still work through it. The next one is a grouping problem because it's a cubic polynomial. And we have 3x cubed plus 5x squared minus 6x minus 10. When I look at this, I look at these first two terms and the last two terms, and I notice there's an x squared in both the first two terms, so that leaves me with a 3x plus 5. And then I notice there's a 2 or a negative 2 in the second two terms, leaving me with a 3x plus 5. And since the 3x plus 5 is common in both terms now, I take that out. And I'm left with x squared minus 2. And so that right there is our final factors. The next one is asking us for 3x cubed minus 27x. And at first glance, you might think, wow, this is like a difference of perfect cubes. However, there's a 3 and an x that goes into both terms. And if I take that 3x out, I'm left with just x squared minus 9. And then x squared minus 9 is a difference of perfect squares. So then I say 3x, I say x plus 3, x minus 3. And that's how that one factors. Number 8 is looking for rational expressions. We have x squared minus x minus 6 over x squared plus 2x times x cubed plus x squared over x squared minus 2x minus 3. Our first step when we're trying to simplify a rational expression is to multiply or factor the top and the bottom, so more factoring practice. I said factoring was important a long time ago and still the case. So that top part, x squared minus x minus 6, factors to x minus 3, x plus 2. The bottom part becomes x times x plus 2. Over here, we got an x squared common in both, leaving me with an x plus 1. And then I have x minus 3, x plus 1. And then the fun part is canceling these things out. So there's an x plus 1 on the bottom, an x plus 1 on the top, an x minus 3 on the bottom, and an x minus 3 on the top, an x plus 2 on the top, and x plus 2 on the bottom. And that leaves me with just this x under x squared. Well, that x cancels with one of these, leaving me with just x. And so x is our final answer. For question number 9, it gives us 2 points. The 2 points are -1, -2, and 4, 3. And it wants us to find the equation of the line and put it in slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. So when we do this one, we got to first find the slope. The slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So y2 is 3 minus -2, which is y1, over 4 minus -1. That's going to give me 5 over 5, which is equal to 1. So the slope of this line is 1. Then I'm going to use my slope-intercept form. I'm going to plug in what I know. Now I can pick either one. I could use this for x and this for y, or this for x and this for y. I'm going to use the positive numbers just because I don't like the negative numbers. I'm going to say 3 is my y, 1 is the slope, 4 is my x. Let's solve for b. 3 equals 4 plus b. Subtract 4 from both sides and get -1 equals b. So there's my y-intercept. There's my slope. When I plug it back into the equation of the line, I get y equals 1x minus b, or y equals x minus 1. And then finally, problem number 10. is saying make sure you have an equation in line that goes through the point 1, -3, and is parallel to 4x minus 8y equals 1. Well, in order to find the slope first, we have to find the slope here. So I'm going to subtract 4x from both sides. I'm going to get -8y equals -4x plus 1. I'm going to divide both sides by -8, giving me 1/2 x minus 1/8. Now, this is the slope of that line, 1/2. If it's parallel, the slope is also 1/2. If it were to be perpendicular, then it would be the opposite, so positive to negative, and then the reciprocal, so positive or -2 would be the slope. We're looking for the line that's parallel, so we're going to use that slope and this point. So again, y equals mx plus b. And then I'm going to plug in what I know. -3 equals 1/2 times 1 plus b. That's -3 equals 1/2 plus b. And then subtract 1/2, which is going to give me -3.5 or -7/2 for b, which then gives me an equation in the line of y equals 1/2 x minus 7/2. So I hope that helped. Do the practice problems from the book, and we will go over any and all questions tomorrow in class.